Start recording. Okay, today is the 28th of April 2023 at 10:44 a.m. Um, let me see here. Tomorrow's my birthday. Thank you very much. Okay, today we're going to talk about how to use Word, okay, which is Microsoft Word. Yeah, because when you're going to start getting a job or you're going to have to learn how to use this program. So let's say you go in here, you log into it, and then you go in here. So this is like doing a new document. So I'm going to teach you what does all this stuff mean over here. Okay? So you have an idea what it does and what's the purpose of it. Let me see. This is, first of all, this is Word, and this is autosave. You could always do autosave, or you could do just save by clicking this little tab right here on the very top. Okay, that's how you save the document. And this is the name of the document right here. Okay, the name of the document right here. Okay, so the next one is file. Okay, file is where you do this. You go home, which is, this is home, right? All this stuff you see here is home. The next one, if you create a new document, like a new blank document, you could go from here or you could go from here. Two options: blank document, new document. Same thing. It's the same thing. See new right here and new right here. And this is where you could get other features for it. Welcome to Word, single space blank, bold modern, and calendar. This is if you want templates, like any Word templates. You could download any Word templates that you want. Either you could do a blank one, or you could do, you could download one from the Microsoft store or Microsoft database. And these are for free. Since you have a copy of Word, these come for free. You don't pay for it. So say these are templates, right? Let me test one out. Let's do snapshot calendar. Click on that, and then you got to create it. Obviously, you have to download it first before you create it. And there you are. Enable content if you want to enable the information that's there. And you can put the date or you can put the year. You could do 2024, and you can start from April, you can start from February or January 2024, and that's your calendar. Okay? And you could obviously delete and erase and add photos. You could remove this photo, put a new one in there, you insert, right? Insert a new photo, change the date, the year, whatever, But that's that. So let's go back. So more templates. This is where you, like I said, where you download a template from the Microsoft database. That's free. For if you want to do some, like a resume or something, you use this program to do a resume. Like let's say business cards, flyers, letters, education, resume, and cover letters. Okay, let's say if you don't have a resume, this will give you a template of a resume, right? See that? And all you got to do is change your name, change the information, put a photo in there, whatever, so on and so forth. Whatever, put your pertinent information in there, and then you could save it as your resume. See all these resumes? So these are just downloaded resumes. You could download all these. Let's say let's basic modern resume. Let's go in here. Obviously you got to create, and it's already there. It's downloaded and it's created. So now all you got to do is edit the information that's there. See that? So you could erase, you could delete, you could do whatever. You make your own resume. If you have one, you probably already have one, but this will give you make an updated resume as of today's technology, instead of having an old resume from the 80s or 90s or whatever. Yeah. So let's go back to file again. So yeah, remember, more templates. This is where you look for a template. Suggested searches. You could type in a template. Let's say you want one for holiday. Let's say holiday, right? You want a holiday template. See, it gave you 2, 3, 4. Look at all these. See that? Mom's Day, whatever. Christmases, Mother's Day, because it's coming up. Mother's Day is coming up, so that's why you got the Mother's Day. If it was closest to Christmas or Thanksgiving, it'll give you templates for Christmas or Thanksgiving. So this right now, it's giving you holidays now. See that? So let's go back. There's another program that's perfect for that kind of stuff, like for postcards and greeting cards and all that. If you go in here, and it's called all apps. It's called Publisher. Actually makes it a lot easier. P. Oh, you don't have it. Oh, yeah, you do, right here. Publisher. But we're not going to go to that right now. We're just doing this just for the sake of it, okay? This is Publisher. This will give you personal, digital design sets, labels, event planners, paper, business cards, whatever, right? Business. Let's say cards. These are cards. Like if you want to do a card for somebody, it's already there. All you got to do is edit the information there. Same thing, but this is Publisher. This is more for that, the printing stuff. Cards. Okay, let me go back. Business. Okay. See, business cards. See that? That's great. Yeah, you could create your own from here, whatever you want. But we're gonna not talk about this today. We're gonna talk about Word. Okay. So let's say File. Again, home is home. It gives you all this information, even the history of all the past documents that you worked on. Okay? You don't have any pinned documents yet. Pinned files is you want to easily find, right? If you want to pin something, you could pin it here. But in this case, recent is more important because recent's the one this is the history of the recent documents you created or you worked on for the past few days. So, okay, so home gives you this stuff, gives you templates, gives you recent. The next one is new. Obviously, new is self-explanatory. It's right here for new stuff. Open, it's the same thing as recent kind of thing, but this takes you to directly from the folder with all the history and all the documents you have. Or you could do recent, or you could do OneDrive if you have your files into a OneDrive format. Okay? Or this PC, if you want to look at this PC, like search what's in there. Or add a place, if you want to add a place, like a location where your files are. And browse. This will give you an option where to look for your documents. Usually the default folder for documents, for Word documents and publisher sites and all that, it's under document folder. See that? It's usually the default. You could find it there. You could find it here by clicking here the File Explorer document folder. It's the same thing as this, and then you go to document, right? Same option, same thing. It's just different ways of going in there. So this is browse. Okay, so open. That's when you open a recent document or a history of documents, or if you're trying to find a document that you want to work on, or a resume, or any further document that you want to work on, you find it from here, either this PC or browse. Or if you want to create a place to have your documents, you click on that. You either go to Box, OneDrive, and you could add other ones. This is just the default ones, but you could add Dropbox in here, or any other format, iCloud, or documents, or Google Docs, or whatever place you want to get the files from. Obviously, once you add it in here, you have to log into it. Let's say if you go to OneDrive, you log into it, right? The same thing with Dropbox, same thing with iCloud, same thing with any cloud storage program or business. So open info. This is the info about your document that you're working on, right? You could either protect the document, right? You could check to see if you have any issues. You're never going to go in here anyway, because you never will. And you want to know who made the document, right? And this is managed documents if it's not saved. Save, obviously, you know what save is. You want to save the document. Once you're in the document, you could also save it from here. Save as, same thing. You could save it. Save it. It's just like save. It's just you save it as a different name. Like you keep the original and you save as the next one to a different name so you don't damage the original document, kind of thing. And you could put test on it after that or whatever. If you're going to work on it or if you're going to do some work on it and you want to edit that form, that document that you're working on, you just save it as a different name so you can still keep the original. Okay? History, you don't have no history yet, but if you have a history, it's going to be this history. In this case, you have no history, just these documents, but it's not a history yet. Print, you know what it means. You print the document. First, you preview the document, and then you print, obviously here. If you have any printers, you click here and you look at the printer, whatever printer document. You go from there. If you only want to print one page, you just click here, or you just print the current page instead of doing it. Let's say this document has 20 pages, and the only thing you want to print is just the first page, or the 20th page, or the 5th page, or whatever the hell. Okay? So this is how you do it. If you want to, or this, how many pages you want to print this page. Let's say you want one singular page, but you want 20 pages. You click on 20 pages, or whatever, and then you're going to print the custom print 20 pages of the same first page. Like if you want to pass out your resume to people, you don't print your resumes anymore like back in the day where you used to take it to the job and give it out. Now it's online. Everything's online basically. You mail it to people. Let's say if somebody wants your resume, you look for a job online and then they ask for your resume and then you send out the resume via attached email. It's not like back in the day where you used to have a folder full of resumes that you pass out when you went to different locations.
Yeah, I kind of miss those days.
Yeah. Are you doing something?
What? No.
Oh, yeah.
No. I screwed up.
Okay, no problem. And then one-sided, let's say if your resume, you want to save some paper, you want two-side pages, one-sided pages, print on both sides, whatever. This is how you do it, right? But you got to make sure that your printer that you have has the duplex mechanism on the printer that prints both sides.
Do laser printers usually do that? Remember
Yeah, laser printers have duplex. It's called duplex printing. Duplex printing, let me show you what duplex. So since we're in that subject, let me go here. There you are. See? Duplex printing. Printing on both sides of the paper. Most of the printers nowadays, if it's a cheap one, sometimes it doesn't have the duplex printing, right? Well, duplex means two. Duo, right? Duo, duplex. Kind of like when you buy a property, it's a duplex. It's two houses in one. That's why it's called duplex, okay? But some printers, if it's an affordable printer, less than $100, probably a $50 or something, it doesn't have the both side printing, okay? Usually the expensive ones have that feature. And let me see. I never print, depending on what you want to print, but I never print in two sides. But you never know, depending on the document you're trying to print. Yeah, let me see how it looks. Let me see how it looks here. What it is, on certain printers, you could take out the duplex mechanism. It's like a slot on the back of the printer. You could take it off and not make it duplex, but you could leave it in there and it's always going to be a duplex printing. Okay, duplex printing on a printer slot. See, right there? This slot right here, that's a duplex printing. See that? So that prints, what it is goes inside the printer when it's printing from here, and then it goes like in a circle and prints on both sides, and it prints on the other side and it goes out of here.
Well, if you have a duplex printer and you really don't want two sides, will it still print two sides?
Yes. 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 Right. But you have to default it to that, of course. But yeah, that's what it is. Most of the printers nowadays are duplex printers. The majority of them, with the exception of the cheap ones, like the $30 printers at Walmart, they usually don't have duplex printing. But duplex printing is good when you're trying to pass out flyers and you want a lot of information in one singular page instead of having a blank page on one side and a full page on the other, filled information, and the other side is nothing. It sometimes is important to do those duplex printings because you could put information on both sides. Yeah. So that's the whole sole purpose of that is to passing out flyers. It's like this. You see this picture right here? This picture right here? This one that says cool blue. That's duplex printing right there, cool blue. Okay, yeah. So, yes. Usually all-in-one printers have duplex printing. So, there you are. I'm going to close out. So just touch the subject so you have an idea what it means because you probably never heard of that in your life, I assume. Okay, so this is what it is right here. Print on both sides. You can manually print on both sides. You could take out the printer and put the paper again. Print the first side and then take out the paper and turn it over. You can do it manually. But you could do it automatically by doing this. Okay? Okay, this if you want to like jump or 111, 222, 233, like if you want to print different documents and you want, let's say you have 3 pages. You want to print out 123, 123, 123, 123, 123 in order. Instead of doing 11111 and then number 2, 22222. It's like if you have, let's say you're doing a pamphlet with like 10 pages. You want to print out the first 10 pages. If you want, let's say you want 20 copies of the of the of the pamphlet, and sometimes when you print the first page first, and it prints the first page 20 times, and then it prints the second page 20 times. It's not in order, so you have to manually put it in order, which is a pain in the butt. It's a lot of work. But if you do it like this, 1, 2, 3, you print 1 to 20 first, and then it stops, and it goes to the next one, 1 to 20 again, and all you got to do is staple them together, and that's it. Okay? This is a good way of doing it. The next one, no staples. That's if you want to do a staple one, like if you want to print something and it'll give you a location where the staple's going to go, kind of thing. Give you a guide, right? So let's say if there's words where the staple is going to. Let's say if you want to print something with no staples, but there's a location where you want to put the staple as long as it doesn't cover the letter. So that's why it gives you, top left, right? Or it gives you whatever location you want the staples on. If it's a book, if it's a pamphlet or whatever, you could have staples in the middle, whatever. That's if you want to do that. But usually you're never going to work on this anyway, so I don't think you're going to work passing out flyers or anything. Okay, portrait orientation. That's when you do the orientation on the paper. You do landscape, it's like this. See that? See how it is elongated now? It's landscape. Or if you want to do just portrait. That's usually most of the documents are portrait. Depending on the flyer, or let's say you're trying to do a calendar. Let's go to a calendar. Let's go home. Let's do calendar, right? Let's create the calendar. Yes, leave it like that. Let's say I want to print the calendar. Okay, just go okay. Go file. Come on. File. Print. See it's right now it's under orientation. It's under portrait, right? But let's say I want to do landscape. See that? It makes it bigger. You notice that? And then you could work on the margins. I'm going to show you how the margins work. So the letter. So if it's something that's widescreen or landscape, you do this. So it fills the paper, right? Completely. Instead of having it like this, like portrait. See that? It looks kind of small. So it's better to have it landscape mode, right? Okay. But see, there's missing some numbers in the bottom. That's the margins. So you click on the margins. You could do no margins. You could do half margins. You could do big margins. Margin is just the edges of the document. You could do custom margin, and you could do the lowest margin possible, minus. I do zero margin, let's do zero. And then zero here, and then left, zero, and this zero. See, no margins now. See that? Yes, fix. Okay, so you fix the margin. See that? Okay, those are the margins. And how many pages per sheet, right? So in this case, you could do 1 page per sheet, or you could do the calendar in 2 pages, like this, or 4 pages, or 5 or 6 pages. But obviously the calendar is going to look small, right? That's if you want to print some like double-sided tape, like kind of stickers that you want to print out. That's what you do here. Okay, so that's that as far as that goes, print. So just have an idea. So you don't want to know what it means. Page setup, that's if you want to set up the page. Obviously the margins, same as the margins on the side. Paper size, same as a paper letter. Okay, the layout, right? Landscape, preview, whatever. You could change that. And then layout, same thing. Continuous, even, whatever. So this is, you're never going to work on the page setup. You're only going to work on these right here on this side. Okay? So share. That's if you want to share that, either with people. You click on people, like cloud technology, like if you want to save it somewhere, like on Dropbox or whatever. If you click on here, it'll tell you where to, add a place. Same thing. So share. You can share it as an email, like if you want to email it to somebody, right? You can send it as a PDF. It's going to convert it as a PDF portable digital form to send out like a locked, like a secured document, which is a PDF. Or if you want to save it as a XPS file format, or if you want to save it as an internet fax, if you want to fax it to some eFax program or something, which this is not compatible no more. I don't think people use fax anymore that much, so this is probably not even important. Okay, represent online, that's if you want to connect to people that could watch you in a browser. Let's say you're working on a form. This is the old school of doing like remote help or remote, like kind of like PowerPoint. But this is you did this back in the day, but it's not as usable anymore. It's not as people don't use it no more because there's AnyDesk and there's TeamViewer, all these other programs. Log Me In, that is more important than this Microsoft crap because it's not very intuitive and it doesn't work that good. Okay, present the document to people who you can watch in a browser. No setup required. There's a link that you send to people via email. They could click on the link and they could see the video. And you can make it available for download. People could download the document themselves from their browser, whatever, And this is post to blog. Let's say you have something that you made, either a flyer or something that you made, resume. You want to post it in your blog. That's your website. Okay, so usually blogs, let me show you what a blog is so you have an idea what a blog is, because I know you probably heard that word a lot. What is a blog? They were pretty popular in the 2000s, but people don't do blogs anymore because we got social media. You understand? So we have social media like Netflix, not Netflix, what am I saying? That's not social media. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have... Yeah, that's a blogging social media site. That's where you blog, meaning that's where you put updated information from you for your life, or that surroundings, or the stuff you eat, or whatever you do. You're blogging your life in the computer for people to see. Okay, so there's so many blogging websites, but usually, let's see. A regular updated website or web page. See that? Typically one run by an individual or a small group. It could be a small group, let's say nurses.com, or that could be a blog for nurses talking about stuff about health or something. Let's say I'm a computer guy and I could do a blog for computers and I talk about certain computers and we all talk together and then we do like a blog conversation, a forum conversation of a topic, right? Same thing with this. So that's a blog. Um, Blogs used to be important because mainly the people that used blogs back in the day were companies like real estate companies, blog information about the economy, about the rates, about the market, about the houses they're going to sell, and they usually blog it in there. You know what's a blog too? Next Door. You heard about Next Door?
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, okay, that's a blogging because it talks. It's a lot of gossip, right?
Like, I saw flea on my dog,
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Yeah,
If somebody sneezes next door, it's reported.
yeah. Somebody farts, and then everybody has to know whether there were a little liquid coming out or not.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's what next door is, right? Okay, next door is a blog. But they don't call it a blog because people don't like that word because it sounds kind of corny and it sounds like, oh, here we go again, blog. You know, like you're full of yourself when you're blogging kind of thing because people that do blogs like to hear themselves talk. Okay?
Yeah.
or like to see themselves type in like a memoir or something because they know how to type or they know how to talk or whatever the hell and they want to show it to the world.
Yeah, next door people just want to be CIA agents.
Yeah, bunch of gossip crap. So there you are. So this is the blog. So that's what a blog is. Okay, export. So we talked the subject of share. This is what you share, the document you created. Export. This is where you export this as a PDF. Obviously a PDF. I'm going to show you what is a PDF. What is a PDF? So you know what that means. What is a PDF? Explainer. Let's say there's an explainer here. It's a file format that provides an electronic image or a text and a graphic that looks like a printed document so it could be viewed, printed, and electronically transmitted. Also, you could also sign PDF formats. When you're signing on your mortgage, like your note, you could also do the signature, a digital signature. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's legal. It's legal. So, what is it? Yeah, yeah. What does this mean? Portable document format. Okay, that's what a PDF is. A PDF, the main the main company that made a PDF as a legal document is Adobe Acrobat. So every computer, this is the free version of PDF, right? Adobe Acrobat Reader. That's the free version. You could download this. Every computer out there, when you get a computer, this is the first thing you have to, obviously, because you're going to deal with a lot of documents. So you always got to download the Adobe Acrobat Reader. The Reader is a free one, right? The world's most trusted free PDF document. Okay.
Can you download it now?
Oh yes, there you are.
Good. Because I'll be watching this camera.
Yes. Okay. Well, this is important. When you get a computer, you always need an Adobe Reader. Microsoft Edge has its own PDF reader, but it doesn't work that good. I don't like it, honestly. Let me see. I usually install it without the extra crap because before you could install it without the extra crap. Now they even hide it. See, you do here, and then what's included, and then it goes. You got to scroll down, right? Because it's hidden. It's hidden. You don't know what's happening. So you go like this, and you scroll down. You uncheck the McAfee crap, right? And then just do this just by itself. You don't need the rest of the other stuff.
Yeah.
So let's say download. Where the hell? I don't see it. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see downloads. And here you are. Here you are. You click it here. And this is the reader, okay? They have the other Adobe Acrobat, but it's not the reader. It's the actual Adobe Acrobat software. And that's very expensive. I'll let it do its thing. I think it's doing its thing.
I know, it's like, oh, she's, will you let me waste your time like for 10 minutes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you're learning, so you're learning something new. That's what matters.
I've
Uh,
also been watching all the rest of the
that's
videos.
good. That's good. That's good. Good for you. So I think it's
Just
I think it's frozen. I think I'm gonna have to log off and log back in because I think it's frozen. Let me close it out. Let me log back in again. I already got your information. All you gotta do is approve it. Let me see. Let me click on here.
give it post.
Yeah, and then just accept it again.
Well,
'Cause
it's already going.
yeah, okay. It's probably because it's taking up all the bandwidth when you download something, and that's why it makes this slow.
Well, it's not that slow.
Uh,
I was going to ask you.
yeah.
Um, Something's wrong with my battery. Well, if I unplug my computer and use it for like 20 minutes, the battery goes from 100 to 20%. Is
No.
that normal?
It probably needs to be replaced. It's a new battery. I don't understand why, but it's only like $10, $12 online. We could replace it. Yeah, we could replace it. That's no big deal. It's cheap.
Let me try again to see how fast it
Mhm.
discharges,
Yeah.
and then maybe you can help me with that.
Okay. Okay. Timed out. Can you I'm gonna can you close out the Adobe document? No, we're not gonna download it. I'm gonna download it when we leave the class, because right now it's taking up the bandwidth. Uh, let me. Can you accept it again?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
There you are. I got you. Okay, it's downloading. So that's good. We're in business. Okay, so let us do his thing. I'm going to just minimize it. Let us do his thing. Okay, so this is the free version of Adobe, which is this program. You could still view documents with Adobe. Okay, you cannot edit the documents because you're not paying for the program, but you could view the documents. Also, like Microsoft has its own version of Adobe, which is not Adobe. It's Adobe. Let's say a Word. Let me see here. Okay, Word. Uh, it's called Word. Microsoft Word plugin. It's a plugin. Is it a plugin or? Oh no no. Sorry, I apologize. Word Reader, like Adobe Acrobat Reader, but Word has a reader too, and you could download the Word Reader for free, right? You
Yeah.
can enable an extension. You could do that too. See? Not now. Not now. Okay. Okay. This is if you want to know a little bit more about this crappy program. Come on.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Yeah. I think it. I lost you there again. Let me log off.
So it's installation complete.
Yeah. Just go. Okay. Let me log back in again because I it was slow for some reason. It's slow. I accept it again. I appreciate it.
Where?
Do you see it? Oh, it's connection in progress. Are you in a different location in the house, or are you in the same location?
I have no idea, but
Okay, accepted now. It's gonna give you an yeah. There you are. Appreciate it. Okay, good, good, good. So let me take over here.
okay.
Okay, let me minimize this. Good, good. So there you are. We already got the Adobe. Okay. Microsoft also has because Word, Microsoft Word and Excel and all that stuff. It's also paid in software. It's paid software, just like Adobe Acrobat. See, try Adobe Acrobat Pro. See on the very top. This program is to like obviously edit PDF documents, fill and sign, request e-signatures, add a comment, whatever. You could edit the document. Okay, this if you pay for that. It's expensive, so we don't need it because you're never going to edit PDF formats anyway, unless you have a form that you want to edit. Very much so. Then you buy the program. But also Microsoft has its own reader. It just you got to type in reader at the end. Word. Reader. It's not the full-blown copy of Word, but it's a plugin. Okay, kind of see that?
Yeah.
It's called Viewer. Word Viewer instead of Reader. Stupid, but yeah. See? You could also open Word documents. Let's say if you don't have Word, you would download the Reader.
Oh
The
no,
view.
it says it's not available for download anymore.
Oh, so they don't have it anymore. Oh, they were losing money then, possibly. Let me close this out. Okay, so they're probably losing money. That's why they discontinued the program. But Adobe Acrobat's free, and you could use it. The only downside is you cannot edit the form. That's about it. Okay, so let's go back to Word. Let me close these out because you don't need to have so many open. Don't save. Close this out. Okay. Okay, so let's go back. So also when you print, this also gives you an option to print as a PDF. Let me show you. See right here where it says printer? You click on here and you convert it into a PDF form. See that? I'm going to convert it into Microsoft Print to PDF. Let's save it as a PDF. Let's do print and it's going to convert it. Let me find the location, call it test. Okay, see, it's PDF now. You're saving it as a PDF. And then it's right here. Where the hell is it? Where the hell is it? Let me see. I don't see it. But let's do it again. File. Oh, it's right there. It's already open. Okay, let me do this again. Let me go in here again. Let me go into Windows class. Let's say close this out. Let's file. Let's print. Let's print as a PDF. Let's print it. And desktop, if you want to save it on the desktop or whatever location you want to save it in. Users. Okay, and then save it as test. Okay, save. So, where the hell is it? Oh, it's right here. So what I got to do is I got to right click and I got to default it to open with Adobe Acrobat every time. See that? Always print it as Adobe Acrobat. See, it converted it into a Adobe Acrobat. See, now it's reading it, right?
That's good.
So now it's opening PDF forms, right? Right here. See that?
That's cool.
Okay. So yeah, that's a PDF. But you cannot edit that form. The only thing you do is view it. That's about it. I'm going to close it. So let's go back here. So file. Next one is export. That's if you want to export to PDF, obviously, and then change the file type. That's if you want to convert it into a different file format. Let's say if somebody has Word, you got the 2021, let's say you want to do the 97 to 2003 format for people to open it because not everybody has the 2021. 2021 is backwards compatible to whatever, but some people have some old Word document program, then you convert it into an old program. Okay? You can make a template out of that. You can make a plain text. You can make a single file web page. You can make a web page out of the document you made. Okay? Or you could save it as a different format, file format. Meaning right now it's a doc program. You could convert it. Let me see. It's a docx. That's the file format for that is docx, right? That's the file for Word, right? For Excel, it's XLX or XLSX. That's for Excel, right?
Sounds like Elon Musk.
Yeah. That's considered a file format. When you save a document, it doesn't get saved under Word. It doesn't say Word. It says. Let me show you what it says. Let me show you what it says here. I'm gonna show you the file format for the Word document. Okay? Let me see. Let me go to Documents. Let me go to. Where do you have the documents at? Oh, there's on the desktop. Okay, desktop. See, this is a Word document, right? You want to know what kind of file format it is? You go on List, or actually you go on Details. See, right there. It's a Word document, but it's not an actual Word document. It's a X dot word docx. That's the file format for that. Let me see if. Oh, it's right here. Go ahead.
The PDFs to my right, that were changed when you showed me how to do the Acrobat.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're read as Acrobat.
Yeah, it's an Acrobat form originally.
Yeah.
It was a printed form as an Acrobat PDF form.
Right.
Okay, so it is a PDF form. These are the correct. That's the correct file format for these.
Yeah.
A PDF. Okay, and let's say you right click, you show properties. Your properties. This will tell you what kind of format it is. See right there. See that? PDF. That's what the form is a PDF. Okay?
Okay.
Well, this form right here, it's a Word document, but I want to know what kind of file format it has. It's a DOX. You remember I was telling you .docx? It's a Word document, but it's a docx. That's the file format. So that's important because some file formats you cannot open until you have the actual software to open the file format. What is a file format? Oh, I put format, like a Filipino format. Okay, let me see. Okay, what is a file format? I mean, this is too long. I'm gonna find something easier. Something easier. File format example. CVS, comma, separated values, Excel, XLSX, text, those are file formats. What is the meaning of a file format? In a computer, a file extension format is called a file format. It's a layout of a file in terms of how the data within in the file is organized. A particular file format is often indicated as a part of the file's name or the file name extension. Okay? That's the file format. That's the name of the file. Every document you see and you get from the internet has a file format. Okay? Every document, everything, any attachment, even a picture has a file format. Let me see. Check it out. So images. Let's go to images right here. Let's download this photo here. Let me see if I can download it. This beautiful photo right here. Let's go copy image. Let's paste it over here if you can. If it allows you to paste it. It doesn't allow you. Okay, let's inspect copy. Let's save as image. I'm going to save it on the desktop, right? And I'm going to call it whatever. Test 2023. Let's see. Okay, so it's saved. I saved that picture, right, on the desktop. And it's right here, right? So I want to see the file format for this picture because it has a file format. It's either a PNG or a TIF or any file format. There's thousands of file formats. This is considered a JPEG format. Okay? JPEG format. Go ahead.
Why is it important to know that unless it's for research or to...
It's important because let's say one day somebody sends you a picture or sends you a document or sends you something over the phone or over the internet via email, and it's a family member or somebody you trust, and you want to open the format, but it doesn't open the format, it doesn't open the file, and it gives you an error or it doesn't open, is because the reason why it doesn't open is because you don't have the software installed to view that file format. You understand? Meaning, let's say it's a PDF. Right now, since this is a JPEG, you could open it because Microsoft has its own JPEG, right? You could open this. Okay, but if you didn't have the viewer to view the JPEGs, right? JPEG right here. If you didn't have the viewer to view the JPEG, it would give you an error. So sometimes when you get a document and it's a different type of format and you don't have the viewer in the computer, then you have to download the viewer to view the document. You understand? And you got to know, oh, how come it doesn't open? Is it corrupted? It's not corrupted. The person on the other end is going to say, it's not corrupted. It's correct. Nothing's wrong with it. But in my computer, I can't see it. I can't see it. And then you're panicking. And the person's going to tell you, do you have this program called PDF? Do you have this program called Word? Do you have this program called whatever, JavaScript or any other program? And you say, oh, no, I don't know what that is. The person's going to tell you, okay, download this program, and then now you could view the document. But you have to know what file extension. Let's say if the person on the other end doesn't even know what file extension it is, or doesn't know what program you need to download to view the document. In this case, you go in here, you go to the file that you got downloaded, you right click, you go show more properties, you go to properties, and this tells you the file format. Okay, I need to download a JPEG. Okay, a JPEG viewer, right? And then, okay, JPEG viewer. So I'm going to go in here in the computer. The only place you're going to find that extension to view the program, it's called in the internet, JPEG viewer for Windows, right?
Yeah.
And this helps you download a program so you could view it. Photo viewer. Okay? Without this program, you're not going to be able to view the document. Okay? So that's the...
I have Windows 11.
Yes. So it has an implemented JPEG viewer. See this right here? JPEG viewer for Windows 11. That's implemented in the operating system. But there's other programs, Java viewer. There's other programs that you need to view on Java. You have to download Java to use the program, right? If you don't have Java on your computer, you're not going to be able to to view the document that somebody sent you. Okay?
Then you have to know if they have an older computer.
That is correct. That's why you go into the computer when you get something downloaded from the email that somebody sent you. You always check the properties on the document to know what kind of file extension it is. And the file extension on this is a JPEG. Okay? From here, you could open it with any program. This is all the programs you could open it with. Right now, it's opening default to Photos, but you could also do for Paint. Look at this. I'm going to go to Paint, and I will open Paint. I'm going to open Paint. I'm going to click on this. It's going to open Paint. See that? And you could edit the paint job. You could edit the form. See that? I'm putting words in there.
Yeah.
See that? And I could say erase stuff. So yeah. Okay, that's another program. I don't want to save it. You could change it to another file format. Snipping tool. Check it out. And I open it up, and it opens snipping tools to edit this photo. Right? It's a different file format, different viewer, right? So in this case, but I know for a fact this is a JPEG, so this is a photo. It's always a photo. I go back to Photos, right? And it's just always going to open into Photo. See that? It's always going to open to Photos. So that's the sole purpose of a file extension. Okay? It's important for you to know the file extension. So you could change a file type. Let's say this is a doc program. This is a .docx file format. You could save it into a different file format. Okay, you save it here. So in this case, we're not going to do that. Then obviously you close. This is if you have an account. Okay, that's if you want to manage your privacy settings. This is a type of Word you have. You have the Microsoft Office Professional Plus 2001, and it's activated. And this is more if you want to know more information about this, if you want to edit more information on this. Okay, so this is the options. So I'm gonna close that out. File, more on the bottom, options. Let's say you want to change this into a different language. You go into language and you add a language, whatever language you want to add, Russian, German, whatever, you can add it in here. Okay, the second one, languages and proofing. This if you want to make your default language into a different language. Right now, as the actual language, the main default language is English, but you could add any other language that you want. Okay, so let's go back to general. This is the editing option of Word. This is where you change the outlay of Word, right? General options for working with Word. You optimize the best appearance. Show menu toolbar on the very top section. Enable live preview when you want to see what you're going to print, right? Enable live preview. Update the document as you're dragging it, meaning every time you're making a change, it's saving automatically. Collapse with ribbon. If you have different documents in the same time, you could collapse them or separate them or collapse them, meaning one on top of each other. That's if you want to collapse Microsoft search box. In this case, it doesn't matter. This is show save commands. If you want an application reader header and the header on the very top of the page. This is if you want to change a name, you could change it to your Word document to Gigi, and you could have an initial G or something. And privacy and LinkedIn, if you want to send this to LinkedIn, which in this case you're not. You always save, every time you make a change there, you always save it. So go save, okay? Next one is display. This is how you want to show the tabs. The anchor, like if you want all these tabs, you don't have to have them. That's why they're not defaulted. But some people like to have them, right? Printing options, print drawings created in Word, print background and colors if you have a background on the Word document. Like you have text, but you could have a background color on the back. Print document properties, if you want to know the property documents, so you know the properties on the document, so you know what they are, parameters, the size, everything in there. You also could print hidden text. That's more like for a website, and so on and so forth. Proofing, that's if you make mistakes. This autocorrect options. This will automatically correct any errors, right? Yeah, yeah. Auto format, right? Everything's checked up. Actions, what to do, right? Math, if you want to do math, there you are. And actions again, and auto format as you type. This means it'll auto format any errors on the spot when you type in. Yeah, it'll kind of proof your document, proofreading your document. So that's what proofing is. And ignore uppercase and ignore words and continuous numbers that contain numbers. Flag repeated words. If you're typing something, you're being repetitive, it tells you. It just gives you all these beautiful features, right? Save, you know what that is. If you want to save it or where you want to save your documents. Right now, the default place for the save on your documents is on the document folder. That's your default. See, if I browse, this is the default right here. See that? It's in documents. That's always the default in documents. Auto recover, if you lose a form, you could auto recover from here. Let's say if your computer shuts down, you could auto recover from this location. App data roaming, Microsoft Word. In fact, I could go here, copy, and I could go in here. Let me open a new file folder, file opener. And you can go here and just paste it, and it takes me to the location. See that? See? There, those files are saved. See this? They're saved. So if you lose the documents are saved in this. Users, the name of the user, app data, roaming, Microsoft, and Word. So sometimes you say, oh, my computer shut down, whatever. I was working on a document and I want to get my file back again. This is where you find it, right there. Okay. And then this is all self-explanatory. Next was languages. I believe I spoke to you about that already. Accessibility, that's more for people with like handicap issues. It speaks to you. It gives you tips. It just is for accessibility. Um, Advanced, you never want to go in here because you don't want to mess it up unless you like that's yeah, the resolution. If you want to do the high fidelity when you print something, it's always the default to 220. You could do high resolution on that if you like. And then image quality, you could do Windows 11 instead of an older document. You could do the latest and greatest Windows 11 image size and quality, of course. This tells you type and replaces select text. When selecting automatic, select entire word. Allow the text to be dragged and dropped. Yes, like drag and drop. Control C to click onto a hyperlink, meaning a hyperlink is when you click a link on the page. Let's say you type in a domain like this. Let me show you what a hyperlink is. Let me close this out. We'll go back there again. Let me do a hyperlink right now. 247 PC Tech. I'll give you a hyperlink right now. Okay, here's a hyperlink, right? So, oh, hey, hold on, come on. Come on, is it frozen again? There you are. Hyperlink, you copy. Okay, let me close this out. Let's say you're doing a Word document and you want to add a hyperlink. That's a hyperlink. See how it's blue in the line? If I click on Control, if I click on the keyboard, there's a Control key. You hold it, you hover over the page, and it links directly to the website. See that? That's a hyperlink. You could try it. You could hold the Control key and move the mouse and hover over the word. If you want to do it, click and hold the Control key on the keyboard. The Control key is on the far left, in the corner.
Yeah, how did you create the hyperlink?
Oh, I copied and pasted. See? Hover over it. If you move the mouse, hold the Control key. Hold the Control key. See? Now it's a hand. Now you could click into the website. Click on that. It takes you directly to the website. See that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a hyperlink. Okay? So let's go back. File, more, options, and we're at advanced. We're in advanced. So hyperlinks, right here. Do not automatically hyperlink screenshot. Right here. Click and control. Use Control key to follow hyperlink. Hyperlink, it's a website that you could click on and it takes you directly to the website. Because if I try to go into the website from here, it doesn't do that. It doesn't do that if I don't click Control. See that? Okay, it doesn't take you anywhere unless you click on the Control key on the bottom of the keyboard. Okay, so let's go more options. It says advanced. Okay, so smart use smart paragraph selection and use smart cursoring. Sounds funny. Okay, so you want to use the smart cursoring. This is a cursor. The rest of them are unchecked because they don't matter. Copy and paste. You keep it as a source, the default. You always keep it as source. Okay, instead of doing just text only. Because sometimes the source of the copy and paste could have a document or an image, and you want to keep the source. You also want to keep the image in there. Let's say the way it's working, let's say, check it out. Let me show you. Let's go news. Let's say Yahoo News. Okay. Okay, let's say there's an image here. I want to, there's a paragraph, there's an article I like, right? Okay, let's wait till this logs in, starts. This takes a long time. Okay, let's say you like something in here. Like something about this. Come on. Jesus Christ, come on. Come on. Just the internet's slow. Okay, let's say you like something about this article, right? You highlight the article. It doesn't even allow you. Usually they allow you to highlight the articles. These guys are just controlling everything. Can't. Usually you could copy and paste all this, and then you could paste it into a Word document. But for some reason, this information is copywritten, so Yahoo doesn't want you to copy and paste. Back in the day, you could copy and paste anything. It was pretty standard. You could copy and paste anything that's on the internet. But for some reason, this doesn't allow you to copy and paste. Let me see if this one copies and pastes. Wait, hold on a second. Money-wise. Let's go highlight. Yeah, okay, you can. Let's see, there's a document. You copy, okay, and you go to Word. Let me close this out. Let me go here and paste. See? There you are. There's the article. See that? That's the original source formatting, meaning it kept the same information. Okay? It kept the information that was written. Instead of doing the original, this is the original source copy and paste. Let me show you. Advance. Right here. Pasting with the same document. Original source, right? Original source. Pasting between documents. It's the original source. If I take that out and do it just Word, let's say, let me copy and paste something else. The same article, but I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go paste. See this right here. Keep source formatting. That's the original one. Keep merge. And this is just text only. See the text? See how different it looks when it's just text? It doesn't give you the size font. It doesn't give you this stuff. See, this is up here is the same. This here is the same as the bottom. Okay? Yeah, but this is the original source formatting, copy and paste. And the way you do copy and paste is usually, let's say I want to copy and paste this. You highlight this, you Control C, okay, and then go to a different location in the page. Click here, let's say click here, and then you do Control V as in Victor, and it will paste what I copied. See that? And you could pay in Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. You could do it as many times as you want. So the way you do it, let's say I want to copy this. You highlight it. You press on Control C. That means that's a shortcut. Control C. Okay. You scroll down into a different location of the page, and you press at the same time Control V as in Victor. See, hold on a second. Yeah, see right there. See that?
Yeah.
And you can do Control V again. Copies it again. Control V, Control V, Control V. So that's how you do copy and paste. Like quick. The shortcut is Control C, and then Control V is to paste it. It's not Control P, because Control P means print. Okay? Yeah, Control P is print. So you do Control V as in paste. Okay, and that's important. That's very important because you're going to do a lot of copy and paste. That means Control C to Control V. That is very important. Okay, so that's that. Let me close this out because it's using up the internet. Okay. Okie dokie. We could take a class tomorrow too. Okay, if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could do some. Okay, so this is what it is. So let's go back again to Account, More, and Options. So we're in the Options tab. We're in the Advanced tab. So yeah, inline, you want it inline, or you want, this is how you want it. Behind or through or in front of the text or behind. If you're doing a document, You seen some documents sometimes that you see there's an image in the back, and then there's word and text in the front. This is what you do right here behind text. See that? You could do. See, this is how you see the dog. The dog is the image. It means an image. The lines mean is text. So you could do through, or you could do top and the bottom, or you could do tight, or you could do square, if you want it in squared, or if you want to do it in line. I usually like to, if depending on how you want to do the article, this is where you put the photo. Like in this case, there's a photo here on the very top, right? Let me see, I'll find it. There's a photo right there. That's in line above in square. That's what it shows me, that the photo is before the documents, right? So this is what it is. So it's right here. So right here, you go to advance, and then this is where it is, right here. So here, in line with text. See that? That's what it is. That's the default. Okay, you could change the default anywhere you want. There's another location to find that, and let me go get out of this. It's right here. Check it out. Let me go. The layout, is it? Okay, hold on a second. Let me go in the picture. Let me just go to the picture where the picture is. Where's the picture? Where's the picture? Oh, there's a picture. You could right click on the photo, right? Right click on the photo. See right here?
Yep.
Or you could do it this way. See, it's right there. You could the layout. You could change the layout. Or you could right click on the folder, and you could wrap it top, bottom, square, tie through, bottom, whatever. See that? You could do it from here too. That's another way. That's a shortcut. Okay? Okay, let's go here. And let's go more. Options. Advanced. So yeah. So that's what it is. Okay, keep bullets. If there's any bullets, like when you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a check mark, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 check marks. That's a bullet. That's what it is. Bullets and numbers on the text. And the way you do that, let me show you how to do that. There's another. See, those are bullets right here. See that? One. That's a bullet. Or a number. In this case, is a number. It's not a bullet. A bullet could be a line or could be something, but it's considered a bullet, even though it's a number. Okay. But if you want more bullets, check it out. On the front of the page, you could add a bullet. Let me see. It's right here. See this? On the see bullets and numbers. Like I could put a bullet on that. Let me see. I just put a bullet. See that?
Yeah.
And I could go to the next paragraph. I could enter. It does a bullet automatically. Like if I'm here, see, automatically at the end of the paragraph. If I want to change that into a number, you right click, and then you go into number. See that? And then if I click at the end of the paragraph, and then I enter, it's going to say number 2, number 2. See that? Right there. Yeah. That's how you bullet and number. Okay? That's a shortcut, and this is the way you do it through the options button. You could also edit that so it doesn't do it, but I like to leave it default.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's important. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. Where the hell is it? I think we're above here. So this is where we are. Okay. So this is the image and size. You know that. This is the condition of the document. If you wanted to do high fidelity or PPI, if you want more resolution, that's what it is. If you want a crisp resolution when you print something, you could do that. This will also show the colors if you have a background color, but you don't want that. You don't want none of that stuff. That's why it's unchecked. This is a font substitution. If you want, if you like a font, the default font for this is Courier New. There's a here's the Helvetica, but this is the default is Courier New. Okay, but you could change it to whatever other font format you want. This is the number of recent documents. Let's say on the list, remember the history, 50 documents. That's a history. Okay, and most of this show keys on screen tips, horizontal scroll bar. This is the horizontal scroll bar. See that? You could take that off if you don't want it, if it bothers you. Vertical scroll bar too, if you want to take out the vertical, the one at the bottom. You could do that too. You could take it off. It doesn't show up. And then update document while dragging, while you're scrolling up and down, whatever, or down and up, or vertical or horizontal, it updates the document, meaning it saves the document so it doesn't lose your space or your formatting.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, and this is just print in background, so it doesn't show in the front, because sometimes you could be doing something, and if you're printing, if it's not in background, you're going to see the big box, and it's going to stop you from doing your document while it's printing. You understand? And sometimes you have a lot of documents you're printing at the same time. You don't want to have a window in front of your work while you're doing additional work, because it's going to be a nuisance. It's going to bother you. So that's why you do print in background. Print in background usually goes on the bottom over here on this tab when it's printing, and that's where it's doing the printing. But it's doing the work. It doesn't, by unchecking this, we'll give you a box in the middle right here, and you cannot leave it until the printing's done. So you don't want that. Okay? Allow fields containing tracked changes to update before printing. Yes, you want it to allow. It's more like you editing the document. You want to allow it to make changes, and update the form every so often. Okay. And this is scale content at 8.5 by 11, meaning the page sometimes you could scroll it to make it small or make it big. You want the size, even though it's 8.5 by 11 or whatever it is, 8.5 by 14 or whatever the size of paper, or A4. But as long as you could view it, make sure it's scaled to the point that you could view it. You could look at it and understand what's going on. Because sometimes you could print preview, and it could be so small you don't know what's going on because you can't even read the document. So you always scale it. You just scale it to view it. Okay, that's why it's a default. Use printer settings. The settings on the printer overrides any information on Word. So because it's the default tray, use printer settings. Okay, so whatever settings you did on the printer, it's going to print because it's overriding whatever Word wants you to do. So the printer settings is more important than the Word settings. Yeah. This, if you want to, let's say you make a form and you don't want the additional information, all you want is the words, you could print only the data in the form. Let's say if you created a form. But sometimes it's important to have the whole thing, But some people don't. Some people just want to have just the answers to the form. That's it, instead of having the whole thing. This only prints the answers of the form. By unchecking, it prints the words and the answers, the questions and the answers. This is how you save it. Allow background saves, meaning it's going to save it in the background, kind of like when you print in the background. Instead of you looking at it, that's what it is. Embed linguistic data, meaning that if it's a different language, it would understand it automatically. It doesn't matter what language it is. Okay? That's what it means. General, update automatically as you open it. The rest of them aren't checked. They're not important. This, if you have a mailing address, you could add a mailing address there. If you want to print out, like let's say you're sending a mailer to people and you want an automatic mailing address, this will default the mailing address on each document you create. Yeah. So you don't have to fill it up every time because it's already there. Yeah, layouts, underline, spaces, whatever. Hyphenation between pages and columns. This is not important because you don't have a company where you print, a print company, so it doesn't apply to you. Your usage is basic, minimal, and basic. The rest of them aren't checked because you don't need to know about it because they're not important at this rate. It's not important. You don't want to bombard yourself with useless information because you're never going to use these, even though you want to learn them, but it's useless information. Yeah. Because you're not in the field, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, compatibility options. Obviously, it's compatible to Windows 11, which is backwards compatible to everything. It goes back all the way to Windows Office 97. So, okay. Ribbon. You could customize the ribbon. The ribbon, I'll show you what the ribbon is. Let me close this out. This is
Typewriter.
this is the ribbon right here. See this thing right here? Each one of them have a different ribbon, but that's considered the ribbon up here.
Uh-huh.
You could change and edit what's on the ribbon, okay? By going to options. Usually the default ribbons is fine. See all this?
Yeah.
Based on all this information, command, macros, file tabs, main tabs, tool tabs, custom tabs, you could change the ribbon and the layout, okay, if you want. But leave it default because honestly, you don't need to change it because you need all that information in there anyway.
Yeah, and it's alphabetical anyway.
That's correct. Quick access toolbar is like the quick access. Find information. Quick access. You could customize a quick access toolbar if you want. The default's perfect because you know it for years and years and years since you've been using Word. So leave it as is because you're familiar with it. Okay? Add-ins. The next one is add-ins. Let me see. If you want to add something in there. Come on. It's frozen. Okay. So that's if we want to add add-ins. Obviously, messaging contacts in English, the phone numbers, the format, measurements, American measurements. Those are add-ins. If you want to add any additional add-ins like a metric system or instead of miles, kilometers, change things. But in this case, since you're in America, you're not going to London or anything, then, you don't change that. So if you were out there in Korea or it's different countries, then you have to do add-ins in here.
Yeah.
Trust Center, that's if you want to trust. You have a Trust Center certificate settings in here, meaning this is your stuff. This is enable macros. These are your personal macros. You don't want to make a trusted macro from somebody else because they could have a virus. The macros are used to making viruses, okay? And especially in Word. So let's say Word macro viruses. Okay?
Yeah.
See? That's a word. They see which viruses spread through Word macros.
Wow.
See that? Trojans, malware, ransomware, malicious macros in Microsoft Word and other applications to hijack systems, log keystrokes, steal. Logging keystrokes is when you type in passwords and they know what you're typing on your keyboard, and they keep a history of all your typing or your keystrokes, and that's how you get the passwords.
Protect yourself then.
Antivirus, you have an antivirus, so you're protected. But like I said, you do not want to, want to play with this, honestly. So leave it at that. It's already secured, so it's good. Okay? So that's the Trust Center. So we already talked about this on the options tab. So I guess we're done for now.
Excellent.
Yeah, we could reconvene tomorrow, and then I'll teach you what the ribbons, like every ribbon in here, means and does tomorrow. Okay? So every time you make a document, you're gonna know what all this means, because I know it's overwhelming. But once I teach you what this means, you're gonna be easy to make full Word documents anytime. Very easy. It's a very easy program to use. It's just you're probably not very familiar with it. That's why.
I'm not that. I'm going to watch what we just did.
Yes. Okay. Good. Okay.
Tomorrow,
10 o'clock. 10:30. 10. Let's say if when you call me, give it about 30 minutes after that, because if I go eat something, I'll be back, and when I get home, I'll call you back. But yeah, 10 o'clock.
problem.
Okay.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.